Can you hear me? There we go. Okay. Wow, Mike, thank you for that intro. That was awesome. I can't believe that I get to stand up here and talk to you guys about taking van camping mainstream. So this is like a dream come true. And so I'm going to give you the short, long story. So here's kind of how all of this came to be. So outside of this box canyon, as a lot of you know, life can be pretty boring. Work, responsibility, bills, high cost of living in the Bay Area, all of these things. It's just like, so what do you want to do? You just want to escape, you want some adventure, you want some excitement in your life. And nothing screams adventure quite like room number 905 at the DoubleTree. Boring people do boring things. That's kind of what we're figuring out. So I'm kind of a day walker. I go between Telluride and I go between San Francisco, and now I'm sort of wearing what I would wear in San Francisco, and generally in San Francisco I'm wearing what I should be wearing here, it looks like at least. So, and in this picture, I love it. It says, Clint, go. So I kind of got tired of the routine things in San Francisco, just the rat race. And so what could I do to kind of find a little more adventure in the city? And so I started taking sailing lessons. And I've always been into outdoor stuff, skiing, you name it. And this was really the first time that I learned the superpower of what it's like to travel with your accommodations on your back, basically. So with some friends, took a number of trips through the Mediterranean. My girlfriend actually said, "Oh, you've got your sailing license? Well, I just booked you a boat in Greece, and you're the captain." And so I was like way over my head, and it was a hell of an adventure, and was kind of the beginning of just falling in love with travel, where you could basically go and explore, and you've got your accommodations on your back, and just a direct connection to nature, friends, family, and the things that you really came to experience. So then I went back to land, and I wanted that same experience. So I grabbed my driver's license, got a tape measure, started taking some measurements, got our first office, started expanding, working later, got our second office. I was managing 2 shipping containers, started building camper vans, started sleeping in random places and loving it. And I would wake up and go to work after sleeping in front of the Golden Gate Bridge or wherever I wanted to. Going skiing, so this is a photo in Snowbird. Did a week of skiing. Told my friends all about it, and so they had to come out with me too. Every time it's been ski in, ski out, places that we've been parking at every time we go. And so I got more camper vans and wanted to share this experience with more and more people. And so I'm still a one-man show here, and at this point I'm literally living in a camper van next to all these vans because so many people were coming that I couldn't go home. And so I figured out that the magic of travel and these other things, it's being out there. You want to be outside of those 4 walls. There's nothing more boring than going from one 72-degree environment to another. So things are going so well, I bought a Mercedes, and this was the first night sleeping in it. And so what's the problem? Hotels are expensive, they're boring, it's inconvenient, it really severs the link to what you actually came for. If you come to Telluride, how many of you, when you go home and you tell your friends about your experience, how many of you talk about, the hotel room that you were in versus the day that you're screaming your head off on a powder day? And so that's the problem that we aim to solve, is to give you a direct connection to the things that you came for, save a bunch of money, and spend more quality time making the memories that you're actually seeking. And really, Jetti is just a on-demand platform for instant adventures every time. So our solution, we offer camper vans. We're a booking platform, and then also, really importantly, expertise that helps travelers plan their trip. So save money, book a van, and get advice. And we're setting up our customer support and kind of expertise team here in Telluride, and actually just recently hired Jackie, so we're stoked. And so we want people to be taking more trips like this, the antithesis of the DoubleTree. And so are we crazy? What else does this look like in other places around the world? So the UK Today, there are 65 million people. Last year, 51 million caravan nights were taken, representing $1.8 billion in revenue. And this represents 39% of all bed nights in the UK, hotels, Airbnbs, these things. So if we're going to normalize that data, it's not as mainstream in the US yet. In Telluride, it probably is, in this audience in particular. But to normalize it outside of these canyon walls, we have 320 million people, which at the same scale in the UK, that would represent 250 million addressable caravan nights and a $9 billion addressable market. So who else is doing this? So here's Ariel Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg's sister. She posted this 3 days ago. Our new whip our new baby / whip / home #van life. Daniel Norris, a pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays with a $2 million signing bonus, lives in a VW Westphalia. Ashton Kutcher, would you live the camper van life? It's also recently featured in the New Yorker. So our business model, we provide camper vans for $89 to $150 a night. We average 4 nights booked. We're over 1,000 nights booked so far, almost a perfect 5-star rating, and the reason it's not is pretty much my fault. And so revenue, this slide is, so it's from May 30 to June 30, we've had to our website $48,000 in bookings. In June, for reservations, actually, trips completed in June will be a little north of 25,000. We've been growing 80% month over month since we started. Here's a little bit of the numbers. Basically, the Dodge will bring in 2,000 a month, the Metris about 3,000, and they require 11 months to break even. So here's a photo of our very first traveler, Steve from Canada, and he shot this photo and sent it back to us. It's the best photo we've taken to date. And also, here's all the Mercedes that we've been building, and those have since, we've taken delivery of those, and those are now also in San Francisco being rented. And so one of our renters, Oscar, will do it again and again. Love it. I tried to extend my stay because I liked it so much, but it was already booked. See you soon. So here's the platform. So you visit the website, book a van, choose the van you like. Here are the locations. Currently in San Francisco, we want to open Telluride as our second city. Building the world-class team. So we've got Mike, who used to be the head of strategy for Google Express, super operationally intensive business. Jacqueline Gloker, we just recently hired, was with Element 52 in Telluride. Brian Kenish, who's our mobile engineer, also ex-Googler. And John Atchinson in particular, our CFO, and a lot of direct experience in the tech rental car space. So we've raised $660,000 to date with a $1 million line of credit. That was when I was a one-man show somehow. And that's it. And so basically, the camper van's parked out back. If you haven't had a chance to see it already, we'd love to come. We'd love to talk to you more about it. Our plans for Telluride, we want to establish Telluride as our nerve center and set up our R&D, rental operations, customer support here. It's really great for me to do that. I needed the buy-in of my team, and the best thing ever has been them basically sending me messages on Slack and email, selling me on what I thought I was selling them on. So it's been phenomenal to get the buy-in from them as well. And so, come find us out there, and we'd love to hear your ideas too. Some of you have already come up to offer some different support systems. The town of Montrose, for example, we've heard through the grapevine that maybe there's some synergy there of parking vans, maybe at or near the airport, some other things like that. So come talk to us. We love nerding out on camper vans, and we'd love to host all of you. And so we'll have 3 vans available to start in Telluride in the next probably week or week and a half, as soon as we ship them out. So thank you.